Hello, welcome to That's How We Do. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the Whirlwind C4 e-bike and we're going to change the control monitor speedometer. Okay, for this section, we're going to change the speedometer control. And we're going to change it with this section right up here. First of all, we need to make sure we've got the right Allen key. There's two screws that we're going to loosen. The first part on the nearest side, just underneath, and we'll unscrew that right here. There we go, just like that. And then on the other side, there's also another screw. And these two screws are holding the base section of the speedometer in place. Once that's loose, the base section will just come off like that. And there we have the speedometer loosed from the handlebars. Now the cable for the speedometer runs all the way along the bike and it's secured in place. So we're just gonna unsecure it, just so you can see how easy it is to do this. There we go. Sometimes your fingers might get tangled up in there, but just take your time and work your way through. It's always a good idea to have your cables tied up so they're not loose and hanging around. And you'll see the cable then runs all the way along underneath the bike to the central area where the control box is. So now I'm just going to move all these things out of the way and we're going to open the bike. Okay, we undo the safety clip just like this. Just move the rest of these parts out of the way, make it easier for myself, and fold the bike in half. There we go. So now we have the bike folded in half. What we're going to do is we are going to open up the area where the control box is, right on here. We're going to take our screwdriver and we have two screws. This one here and the one just at the top. And this is a Phillips screwdriver that we're using. Now we'll just take off the plate and you'll see your first look at the wires. Now you'll probably be quite surprised. There's a lot of wires in here and they look a right mess, but they're all in a specific place, in a specific connection for a specific purpose. And what we're going to be looking for is we're looking for this one, the one that connects the speedometer. Now you'll find that on these cables or on the replacement parts, if you do get your replacement parts from official suppliers, there will be numbers on the cable, okay? So that helps you to make it easier for you to know what cable goes where. So what I'm doing is I'm just looking through to find the right cable for the speedometer. And I found it right here, okay? And I need to connect this one directly to the control box. Okay, so once I've found the correct cable area, you'll see that the old one is there connected. So I just release it like that, okay? And then I connect the new one. Then you'll find we have a second cable which we also need to connect. Now, because these cables are quite small, can be a little bit finicky, and sometimes you might have a little bit of problem just putting everything into place, but there are little grooves, and you see that I'm just fiddling a little bit, didn't quite get the groove right, but yeah, then when you get the groove in place, you just plug it in, and you have it connected, just like that. And there you go, we've actually replaced the speedometer directly into the control box. So now the controller is connected to the control box. The control box is back in its place. We screwed it back in and we're gonna close the bike back into its original position. So there we go, we stand it up, we close the clip, put the safety on. Just gonna put the foot stand in place so I can rest the bike easily. And now we have to put the speedometer back in its place. So again, we put the underside back in and we take the screw and our tool. So I'm just gonna put the screw in here. And then I'm gonna tighten it with the Allen key. There we go. So that's the first one going into place. And we take the second screw And we'll tighten that one as well. There we go. Perfect. Now that is securely in place. Perfect. But you'll see the cable which runs from the control box runs along the bottom of the bike. So you've got to make sure that's in place with cable ties, just to make sure it's secure and not dangerous and hanging out. And then we'll take our cable tidies and re-wrap them around the cables towards the handlebars. These are relatively simple to use. You just wrap them around and they will fall into place. Very easy, very straightforward. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot tidier right there. And we'll put the second one in just a bit further up towards the brake area. Once again, we just wrap it round. As you see, as it wraps round, the cables get tidy and all securely in place. That's that one done. And then the final one right next to the handlebars. Makes a lot of sense to make sure you have these cables tied up. It's a lot safer for you when you're riding the bike. There we go. So that's the third one done and dusted. All cables are in place. Bike's complete. Put the pedals back out. And yep, we are now good to go with the new speedometer in place. Thank you very much.